Okay. Next on the list, Marko Knudsen. Please, you have the floor.
I think we should take a minute to check the actual situation. We are in a time where the nationalists are coming back. And we are again getting the target of the people that hate other people. Easy said. The Anti-Zyganism is a main part in this issue. And Miranda, I would like to ask you, and please take my explanation. We need to speak about Anti-Zyganism. Because the Anti-Gypsyism, we can speak about it as a specific form of Anti-Zyganism in English native-speaking territories, like the UK or Great Britain. When I'm sitting in a European conference and I'm speaking about Anti-Zyganism, I'm not reaching the most of the people, because in the most European countries we are somehow a kind of a Zygan, Zigeuner, Chingene. So this is the basic word that is related to this hate towards us, and we have to compare it with the anti-Semitism. The anti-Semitism got attention directly after 1945 through scientists, to Jewish scientists from the United States that identified the hate construct of the Nazis immediately. With us and the Anti-Zyganism, it started in the year 2006 on the international level, when I sued this bullshit Borat movie for his anti-Zyganistic prejudice towards us, and for trailers that where he asked people, can I buy this car and drive to a group of Roma? Does the car break? This was trailer in TV. So, and in my view, this was also the time, 2006, 2008, when we had the financial crisis, where all the countries turned to their national issues and again started to look for the Roma as the scapegoats. We need to use the term anti-Zyganism because this is not our problem. The anti-Zyganism is the problem of the majority society. This is the problem how they see us, and they explain us through the history we have with them here in Europe. We came in the 14th century with the Turks, with the Islam to Europe, and through this, until 1912, the Ottoman Empire was existing, and so the fear towards the Turks and us as the blacks, as the Turkish spies, as the bringer of the past, were included into this hate concept towards the Islam. And that's why I ask you, brothers and sisters, we need all to use the same terms, or we start always again. The OSCE is a big chance for us, because if we are working just with the European Union, we are not getting anywhere in the instructions. You know, every European country have the problems and the issues and the prejudice towards Roma, and so they explain their exclusion of us in the system with their prejudice they have towards us. So the criminal gypsy, the fraud, the incompetence. But in fact, it's not like this. We have so many competent people, but the problem is they stay invisible, not to face the discrimination as a Roma. So we have successful people, they are invisible. We have them everywhere in the structures, but they, as a decision for the personal life, they are not taking part of the Roma side to protect their own life and their own children and their own grandchildren. So this we're getting to the problem that we don't have an education that gives us a positive identity as Roma altogether. You know, like there are things that were defined by the Council of, by the European Roma and Traveller Forum for the Roma Travelers Charter. They created. It's our language, it's our history, and it's our cultural codex, the Romanipe, that defines the Roma. Another issue is maybe an explanation why we can't mobilize our people to take part as public role players. We have the problem, like the Jews, through the Holocaust, and through the times after, when the communism failed, the Yugoslavian wars, that our families and people are transgenerational traumatized. And if they are pressured by systems that are not theirs, they're just reacting with aggressivity, or they're trying to exclude themselves as fast as possible from the situation. And these are just mechanisms that are existing with our people, and we need to try to explain it to them, because if they understand it, they can try to work towards it. And one last thing I would like to add on the international Roma movement. I was involved since the beginning of the European Roma and Traveller Forum. I had my father, Lord Miranda, knows it, and a sad side effect of the European Roma and Traveller Forum was that the international Roma movement that existed with pro and contra, with government and opposition, was the IRU and the Roma National Congress. And they went up in the European Roma and Traveller Forums, and it just went on, who's going to the yearly meetings to Strasbourg. So, and this is in fact today the death of the international Roma movement. In my view, the RNC is not working since years, to be honest. The IRU, we have several of them, and they have to clear it up, who will be the only one. And I heard a couple of things about the forum, but I would like to ask you, Miranda, to tell us what is the actual situation with the relation and the contract, and also financial support that is legitimizing the work of the forum. Anyway, what the forum got for money to represent 15 million people in Europe, it's a shame, yes? And we have this nice book, yeah? Over 20 years. People, the paper got yellow. Yeah? So long we have all this recommendation, and if this is implemented, we're reaching 80–90% of that what we demand. Thank you.
Thank you.